Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How's it going, guys? I was going to take you guys to the mall, but I got so worried that I would get there and service wouldn't work. So I planned on moving it up 30 minutes to 9 o'clock because I wanted to make sure it works this morning. I am going to do the mall, Ayala Center Mall in Business Park, but I'm going to go there and do a test run with one person just to make sure the connection works first. And I didn't do that yet. So I am going to do that in the near future. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope we'll have a good live today. Got some news for you guys regarding purchasing homes here in the Philippines. So, again, I have an interview that I just got finished doing yesterday with a brand new company that allows foreigners to lease land for 25 to 50 years on a house. And if you're with someone or you know someone, at any time you can actually transfer ownership to that person, which means it goes from a lease to ownership. But again, the main point of the entire thing yesterday was to tell people that you can have the option of getting a house if you're wanting a house compared to not wanting a condo. A lot of you guys may be wanting houses, so there's some information for you. Start off at the top here, and I'll get back into that more. Vinmon, it's hot again. It's always hot here in the Philippines. It's nothing new. Yes, always in it. That's a word for hot. In it. Hondo, hi Brett. Hope all is well. Yes, all is going well. No complaints at all. Loving it here in the Philippines. Man, Mayan Buntag, how are you? Kumusta? All is good here, my friend. Okay, Ra. All is good. Good to see you. Vegas Scott, hi Brett, new member. Wanted to check out your channel. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to get a new member and also see you here on the lives. So again, 2 lives per week. It'd be, I guess, Sunday evening for back west and Wednesday evening. So again, Sunday and Wednesday evenings back in my home country. But thank you so much. Love my champs. Brian Gerber, morning, Brett. Good morning to you as well. Is that Mayang Buntag? But yes, I did an interview yesterday, and how the program works. It is a nonprofit organization that allows you to either sign a 25-year lease and or a 50-year lease on the land. So for the guys that are coming over here and you're thinking about meeting that special someone, this gives you time to get to know that person and make sure everything's going correctly before you actually buy property together. So how the program works, before you even come here, you can already set up what they call a conversion house. So again, if you're not wanting a condo, if you're not wanting a hotel, or if you get here and stay in a hotel for a while and you decide, hey, I'd rather have a house than a condo, this organization, they get you in a conversion house. So how that works is you stay in the one I saw yesterday was a 3-bedroom. It's a conversion house, so you stay there. 3-bedroom, very large living room. I mean, it's got everything. And how the program works, though, is you stay in the conversion house while you're looking for a house. And once you find your house that you're wanting, your dream home, it doesn't matter where it's at. Anywhere in the Philippines, guys. So this program, anywhere in the Philippines, you find your dream house, you contact the company again, let them know you found your dream home, and they'll set up all the paperwork for a 25 and or 50-year lease. You're paying a 10% payment to them for the service. And again, that's to do all the paperwork and get everything established for you. But the good news out of that, once you've actually gotten in the house, again, it's your house. You have all the rights, like a legal Filipino or Filipina. And again, you have all the rights as an owner. And that's according to the Philippine government. And once you have everything settled in, and it's your home for either the 25 or 50-year lease, at any point you can transfer ownership to a girlfriend, your new wife, whatever it may be. But it gives you an option where you don't have to have a condo. Again, it doesn't matter where the house is located. You can actually do the land through them. So again, you can actually do the 25 or 50-year lease through the company and just buy the land. And then you can actually build your dream house on that land. So a lot of good news out of that. And again, I did an interview with him yesterday, so you will be seeing that interview in the near future. Ben, but I was thinking, if you haven't thought of it already, maybe you can walk around IT Park and do an internet data test at a various locations to see if you find issues that way and work out the kinks. I've heard it's because the building's there, guys. I didn't realize this, but they say that the high rises get in the way of signal. And just so happens that Business Park is not really a high rise. It's only a 5-story mall, and there is no high rises, directly around the centrally located. I call it park area, but it's a courtyard in the middle of the mall. It's center block. I mean, it's center mall, and I didn't want to take the chance of doing that and then having to rush back home to do a live. So I decided to stay here today, but I am going to go do a test run this weekend. And actually, I say this weekend, this week. I'm thinking about the weekend we just passed. But again, over the week, I will go over to Ayala Center Mall and do a test run. And it's kind of strange, guys. When I'm doing these lives, I talk to my brother and my dad everywhere. So everywhere I go, I'm able to get on Messenger and I'm able to have a video call. So there's no issue regarding that. It must be a signal as far as enough signal strength to do a live. So that's where the issue comes in. But I will do a test run and just do an invite to like my brother and test it out and see how that works. Good morning, Brett. You got that right. It's Sunday here in Arizona, 5:59 p.m. It's awful hot here. It's 113. Good Lord. Let me check it here and see what the weather's like, guys. And so everybody always wants to know about the weather. Let's do a quick update here at 9:08 a.m. on a Monday morning. It is 88 degrees. It feels like 102. The day high is going to be 92. The night will be 80. And to put that in perspective, I'm going to do an hourly to kind of give you like the morning high or the afternoon high and then the evening high. So again, the hottest is going to be at 92 around 2 to 3 p.m. That's going to feel like about 105, 108. And then in the evening, once we get to 3 a.m., we're talking 81 degrees. Again, that will feel like about 87, 88. Man, okay, Britt, you're becoming Filipino. I don't know. I love the Filipino people. I know that. I love the people here. So again, if I'm becoming Filipino, that's a good thing. So thank you so much. Love my champs. Vegas Scott wanted to ask if you can view more condo rentals mid-range in the bubble in Mocktown, Newtown. While it would be nice to get the nicer places, be nice to see what's in this range. I prefer balcony and views. I'm not sure if you've seen. I've done a few over in Mocktown, Newtown. I've done Tom Bully, which is one of my favorite places over there, favorite residences, favorite resort. I love Tom Bully. It does come with balcony. The studio comes in at, what was it? Let me make sure I remember this. 35,000 pesos per month. I believe that's correct. and 45,000 for a one bedroom. Again, it's been a while, guys. If my numbers are wrong, I apologize. But I think it's 35,000 for a studio per month and 45 for a one bedroom. And it does have balcony. And it's in a great resort location. The pool reminds me of any resort I've actually seen in Mexico, where actually I went to like a Secrets or a Sandals, very large octopus style pool that goes throughout the resort with bridges crossing it and everything. Very nice resort. And the rooms are the condos are fantastic over there. I'm actually going to go there and stay myself for about a month. Now, as far as here, I've shown you guys 38 Park. Again, if you're preferring balcony, every place that I show, again, I know that this always comes up. Every place that I show you in my videos, even though if I'm showing it for sale, those are also for rent. You can always do the same exact thing. You're going to know that a studio is going to go between 25 and 40,000 pesos. A one bedroom is going to go anywhere between 30,000 all the way up to 60,000. Two bedrooms, depending on where you're looking. Stay City has the cheapest two bedroom that comes in at 45,000 per month for a two bedroom, and you can get them all the way up to 110,000 pesos per month for a two bedroom. So again, every place that I show, they are going to have rentals. So again, all this new construction, once they're occupied, that means they're going to have rentals there as well. Because I mean, it's usually 60% Filipino occupancy, which means they're going to rent out their units. Well, some of them will, some of them won't. And then 40% is foreigners allowed. But I will try to get more and more videos for you guys when it comes to properties here. As far as rentals, I do have a new one coming up. It's going to be a new video coming up. It's going to have 6 rentals all in one video. Every single one of them have balcony. They're all ranging between 30 and 33,000 pesos per month. All one bedroom. So again, that video is to come. 6 one bedroom units for rent, all between 30 and 33,000. That video is to come, so look out for that one. And all of them have balcony. David Nettles, hello, Britt. I have met someone there, and we're planning to build a house there. Would you suggest getting solar on it? You know, I haven't really looked into looking at building a house or buying a house yet. I'm taking my time with everything, just trying to make sure that the money's right and my money's right. And when it is, I will make that decision between buying a brand new condo, buying land and building a house, or finding a house. But if I had to say, I think solar is the way to go. I think that's what a lot of them do here. So I do think that my friend George, he's buying land down in the Dumaguete area, and I think he's going to put solar power on his. So again, I do think that's the way to go. Ben, it hit 100 Fahrenheit in parts of Florida this past week. That's what I'm talking about. So you'll be used to it once you get over here. Actually, you're already over here. I don't know why I'm saying that. I think you're over here, if I remember correctly. I get confused with all the people. Vegas Scott, back to work. Usually work during your streams. Hope to talk soon. Not a problem. Speed test is what I meant. Ah, got some people on here some people haven't seen yet. Camping Queen, hello, how are you? Thanks for being a new champion. I kind of get an idea when I see names if it's someone new. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. William style. Hi, Britt. Good morning. How's it going, my friend? Good morning, Brandon. How's it going? Good to see you made it. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Very good question, Camping Queen. Hi, Britt. I was wondering if they allow a pet in the condos at all. Yes, there are pet friendly condos here. I will have to make a mental note from now on for any place that I see that I'll make sure I put in there the pet policy. Again, here at Marco Polo, certain towers allow pets. My tower does not. I'm in Tower 1. It does not allow pets of any kind. But some of the towers here allow pets. And I'll make sure to make a mental note of that from now on, that I will tell the viewers out there which ones allow pets and do not. I'll try my best. Thanks for bringing that up. And the agents would actually know that. So every time I do a building or a rental or a purchase, I put the agent's information in the description and in the comment section. And they'll be able to answer any of your questions. They'll be able to tell you where to go, what condos allow it, what towers allow it, what complexes allow it, and things like that. Brian Gerber, they are pre-selling and just opening Mandani Bay just across the bridge. It is newer and will have better boardwalk than Mactan. I've been over there once. I understand from what I remember that around October, all those restaurants and shops will be open there on the boardwalk. So I'll be returning there. I mean, I may even make a trip over there this weekend to check it out one more time. I went over there already and did a video there, but I want to see that boardwalk a little bit more developed and get an idea. Because again, that could be my number one choice. It's kind of like in between IT Park and Lapu Lapu, but not across the bridge. So a lot better for a commute. So again, I love that area though. I like the boardwalk idea. I like having all the shops right there. So again, that's a very big thing. So I like that. YouTube user Britt, do you get your matched outfits in the Philippines or U.S.? Shirts from the Philippines, the hats from America. Again, I don't even think that the actual camera is doing the justice to the color. It is a light blue, very distinguished, but again, I'm not sure if I even get closer. See, it looks faded from there, but again, it's not. It's a light blue, and again, oh yeah, sure people are asking, do I have all my hair? Yes, I'm always wearing a hat. I have that hat hair, so I always wear my hat though. I do have hair. Good morning. Why foreigners can own. Again, it's a new program that's opening. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. I can't find the pamphlet, but again, it's a new program, and how the new program works is a nonprofit organization. It's a brand new company, and they work with the Philippine government to allow foreigners to secure land. It is not ownership of land, it is a way to secure land. So, for example, you're a foreigner coming over here to the Philippines for the first time, and you're going to retire here, and you've been here for how many ever months or how many ever years. You decide, hey, this is the perfect location for me to live. At that point, it gives you options. Now, as far as the options you have, first thing is that so everybody knows, you can own a condo, as many condos as you want in the Philippines as a foreigner. You can own 100 condos if you want here in the Philippines. So again, there's no regulations regarding that. You have pure ownership just in your name. The problem they've had in the past is when you're a foreigner, it's owning land. And so the way they're going to do this now to secure land for a foreigner is this corporation will actually own the land. And they give you a 25 and or 50-year lease. And during that time, it gives you time to find your significant other, your wife, your girlfriend, that person you trust. And once you have met that person, if that's your plans when you get here, it doesn't have to be a girlfriend. It could be anyone. It could be someone you meet. You can take that lease and transfer ownership of that land into their name. So again, that gives you other options here. Again, a lot of guys don't really care about the ownership part. The only thing is are you getting the rights as a regular Filipino would by owning the land. And yes, with a 25-year or 50-year lease, you get all the rights of an owner. And people were thinking about, the reason the program actually was invented by this corporation, this company, is not everybody wants to live in condo. Now, not everybody wants the condo life. So if you're that kind of person that wants a little land in the back, you can grow a garden, do whatever you want. You have those rights under this program. And also, a lot of guys, even I'm talking about, transferring ownership over to a Filipino or a Filipina. You don't have to do that. If you have a 50-year lease, most guys that are coming over here are coming here in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, 70s, and sometimes even 80s. 50 years runs out your life. And what happens with a property is if you never transfer ownership and you were to pass, that organization does what's best for that property, and they actually go to the Filipino government and say, how can this property be used here in the Philippines to better society? So again, you're kind of helping out the Philippines with it, but also you're having all the rights as an owner here in the Philippines for that house. So again, it's kind of taking care of that monkey in the room. It's giving you a chance to actually own a house, comparing just to being able to just to be able to own a condo. So now you have some choices here to make. And again, the good news about the program is you can find any land you want. Doesn't matter where it's at in the Philippines. You can find your own land. You can use this company to do the transfer of all the paperwork, put it in your name for 25 or 50 years, and then build the house on it. So that 10% that they're charging you would not be very significant when you're just buying land. So there's a lot of ways you can look at it here. But again, you can go out there and you can find your dream house, and you can do it that way as well. Just trying to give you guys all the options that are out there here in the Philippines. Again, not everybody's a condo person. I love condos, but I've actually owned houses my entire life. So again, it's just a choice. Giving you guys all the options so you guys have the options when you get over here to the Philippines. Ryan Gerber, Queen, some do. I just moved into a condo next to the mall and business park, and mine allows small dogs. There you go. See? Love my champions out there. And I got a big thank you. Such a polite crowd. Loving it. All right. From Ben, let's hope the prices come down once more units become available on the market. I am not sure. Again, I see people talking about Manila. I don't see prices coming down here, guys. I mean, people have to understand, when I show these units, even a brand new building, usually from what I understand from the rules and regulations here, before they even start construction, they've already sold 60% of the units. And that's to the local people here. So again, I'm not sure how that works, but again, they're already 60% owned before it even starts resurrection for that property. So again, people say, "Oh, I can't see them selling them at that price." I can't say enough. I mean, it kind of saddens me to hear you guys say how the pricing here is high, because again, I moved here from Pensacola, Florida. I rented a 2-bedroom house there as the Airbnb. I paid $2,600 a month for a 2-bedroom. Here, I can get a 2-bedroom to rent at Stay City. Let's do the. Oh, it's so expensive, so expensive. Let's just do the numbers here. So again, $2,600 in Pensacola, and I was not on the water. I was in a favorable location, but I was not on the water, not on the beach, paying $2,600 US dollars per month in Pensacola, 2-bedroom, compared to a 2-bedroom here, coming in at $775. So again, a fourth of the cost. So again, everything here is about a fourth of the cost. I don't care if it's your food, your way of life, my glasses I just bought. Again, these are my new Nike glasses. I paid $720 for glasses over in the States. Again, that's for the progressive lens. These are the progressive lens. I paid I think around $340, $350 for these. So again, half the price is the US. And I am completely happy here with the cost. When I look at people say, "Oh, the price over there for an $80,000 one-bedroom condo here," the water, the beaches are within 35 minutes drive from you here in IT Park. And I've also shown some, like Tom Bully. Tom Bully has a beautiful, beautiful studio over there for $5 million, and it's right on the beach. So let's talk about that. So we got $5 million divided by 58, $86,206. So to get this out in the air, let people know how I feel. Find me a studio or a one-bedroom anywhere in Florida in a high-rise that has a beach, private beach, okay? A humongous swimming pool, bigger than anyone I've ever seen since I've been alive. It has movie theaters, golf simulators, karaoke rooms, all the amenities you could possibly imagine. And you're only paying $86,000 here compared to Florida, and I've seen them, $1.5 million. There's a big difference between 1.5. I'll just go low end. A studio unit on a beach in a high rise in Florida in a favorable location, not the slums, in a favorable location. And yes, there are slums in Florida. A favorable location in Florida. I'm talking about a Pensacola, a Destin. You will not find studio units for $86,000, and where they get you is on insurance. Again, I owned a unit in Alabama, right on the water, Gulf Shores, Alabama. My house was $369,000 for my two-bedroom condo. And when I bought it, I didn't realize they had assessments. That's where they get you down in Florida, anywhere close to water in America. My first assessment was for like $13,000. My second assessment for the second year was for $21,000. That is only for the insurance for the outside of the building. So again, to put this all in perspective for you guys, so you guys will know about, you guys are telling me, oh, that's so expensive, so expensive. Let's put that in perspective here. Two-bedroom in Gulf Shores, Alabama, not even a favorable location, to be honest with you. Okay, so I was paying my mortgage $1,686 plus $600 for my dues. That puts me at a grand total of $2,286. Okay, then I'm going to take my assessments, $21,000 divided by 12, additional $1,750. I forgot the number now. Plus $2,860, I think. Right at $4,700 in the U.S. for a two-bedroom, where I'm paying $785 here for a two-bedroom, close to the water. So again, a no-brainers, guys. And life over here is better. So again, the people are fantastic to be around. They're full of life. They're always in a happy mood. They're always singing, always in a great mood. The places you can visit are beautiful. We got waterfalls, you have beaches, you have hot springs, cold springs, mountains, everything within hours of a few hours drive. You have everything here. I get off on a tangent there. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to your comments. Ben, I am not back there yet. Hopefully later this year. I didn't know which way where you're at the time. Again, thanks, Ben. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, sorry for the little tangent there, but again, I get so tired of hearing people say, "Oh, that $100,000 condo is so expensive for a one bedroom." I'm not sure where you guys are at. I had one person tell me, "Oh yeah, I found 4 units in the state of North Carolina for under $86,000 US dollars." I said, "Dude, it's only 4 units." He says, "Yes, North Carolina. Here I can find hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of units for that price." And you better believe those units, when you actually see them in person in North Carolina, they're going to be crap. Thank you so much, Ben. Thanks for tuning in. Always a great thing to see my favorite champions out there. Camping Queen. Good, thank you. And how are you doing? How are you going? Everybody's doing good here. I mean, I know you guys would be doing a lot better if you're over here in the Philippines. Trina C, have a great day ahead, champions. Yes, thank you, Trina. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the kind words. I'm sure they're doing their best and are looking forward to having their retirement over here in the Philippines, home of the free, home of the free schedule, not working for the man. Brandon, I land Saturday morning, boys. Can't wait to meet the group and start life 2.0. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You work your whole life. I wish I would have known the information I know now about the Philippines. I would have been here probably at least 3 years earlier. At least 3 years earlier. I missed out on 3 years of good life. All I was doing was working and robbing myself of health and robbing myself of life because I was not living. I was actually just working. There's a difference between people, my brother and dad talk about all the time. There's a huge difference between living life and working life. There's a huge difference. I'm sure they're watching. I'm sure I'll see a comment in a minute. To say good morning. Why do foreigners can't own land in the Philippines? Reasons: the restriction isn't just legal. It's historical, emotional, and protective. Yes, I heard some stories yesterday. If the Philippine government allowed foreigners to own land, they would just come in here and they would consume it all. And then the Philippines wouldn't own anything because they would go on to every favorable island out there. That'd be Boracay, however you say it, Palawan, and they just buy up all the land. And now all of a sudden, the Philippines, they don't own the land. It's not their island anymore. So again, there's a good reason behind it. Again, it is historical and it is protective. Thanks for that comment. I appreciate that. This program is not made to go out there and buy, all this property. It's only meant to better the life of the foreigner. It's not made for profit. It's not made for us to go out there and buy, 50 properties and rent them out. It's not meant for that. It's a one-on-one interaction, one-on-one purchase, one-on-one lease, one-on-one security. The Philippines wants to shield its people and land from the economic and political consequences of open land markets, especially given its colonial past and current development challenges. Yes, I love it. I mean, it's what your country has to do. The Philippines has to do that. I love the people here. I love the beautiful country. I love everything about the Philippines. So I am behind you 100%. I'm behind the government with their rules and regulations. I don't think it's right that we can come over here and just buy up all the land. So I understand it. Again, I do understand this new program though because it's going to be a helpful thing for both the Philippines and for the foreigner because I actually feel like I'm part of this country now. This is my home. This is where I live. So I hope I'm coming across right to you. I'm not planning on going anywhere. This is my home. Sorry, guys, I get used to these new glasses here. Marcus, morning, Britt. We just rented a one-bedroom at Royal Ocean Crest in Lapu-Lapu, 15th floor with really nice view, pet friendly, $25K per month, includes Wi-Fi and water. Wow, what a great price. Can I come check it out? Would you mind if I do a video there so I can show them a different option? Do you have a balcony? Let me know. I'd love to meet with you too as well. Ben, Trina C, Mayan Bungtag. Have a great day. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Trina. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the greatest. Brian Gerber. Ben, it is not a lack of units keeping the condo costs up. It is a stubbornness and does not follow real estate trends and rules in the States. I walk at night and see tons of condos that look vacant. Yes, you will see this. Some people, these Filipino, when they actually buy these units, it may only be for a few months out of the year. You never know what they're buying it for. They actually may own several, and they're just going to take their time in renting them. Now, some of these guys, just so you guys know this, when people buy these units, they're not buying them to live in. They will just let a friend or a family member actually use it for a week here, a week there, that kind of thing. they have the money to buy it. So it's not a thing. It's not about money anymore. So again, it's about happiness and be able to provide something to their family, a place to get away. So again, I've seen it. I've seen a lot of that here. Trina C, what is your nationality been? You know a lot about Cebuano, Bisaya, and Tagalog. Yes. Brian Gerber, vacant, not occupied due to lack of lights. I've heard about that. Again, I don't see that here in Marco Polo. When I go outside at night, I see all the lights on. Again, I'll tell you what, I will do a little short tonight or tomorrow night and show you guys there's plenty of lights on here at Marco Polo. So again, I'm not sure what these buildings are, what's going on at these buildings. Marco Polo's got life. I can tell you that. And also, I can see people that are in the elevators and in the lobbies all the time and getting Grab and getting Food Panda. This place is it's lively and hopping. Then, Brian Gerber, yeah, I'm aware of the separateness issue, just hoping they will get tired of losing money when more competition comes on the market. Again, I'm not sure what's going to happen, guys. I look at it as trends. I mean, I'm not. It's just like in America. We had that big thing here with the epidemic, the corona virus and all that stuff. And you know how when you had houses during that time, you could sell as soon as you put them on the market. I sold 2 houses during that time, guys, and I know for a fact that I could put it out there, put my price on it, 100,000 more than I paid, and all of a sudden, bam! Within 2 or 3 days, I've already got offers, and I sold my 2 houses during that time quickly, and I'm happy about that. My last one was my 2-bedroom condo right after the epidemic. So again, very lucky on the timing with that. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I tend to think that unlike what most people think, this is a third world country. I don't think that at all. I think it's a developing country. I would take Cebu City, and certainly from what I've heard, I would take BGC, and I would take that to any city in America and do a comparison, and there's no difference, except for it'd probably even be cleaner here. I heard BGC was amazing. I heard it was like a miniature New York, except for it's a lot cleaner. So again, get those thoughts out of your minds, guys. It's nice over here in the Philippines. Very nice. Man, Tennessee, Florida, USA. I've been to the Philippines twice already. I've been picking up some Messiah over the year. There you go. Love the conversations inside the lives. Just hanging out with my friends. Ben, I was referring to rent prices coming down. I don't think prices are coming down, guys. I'm looking at the market now, and there's so many new high rises coming up, and they're going to have their price going up, and that kind of stabilizes the market around it. I don't see prices, and again, you're talking about stubbornness. I don't see these people renting them for less. I don't think it's about money with them. I hear you guys talking about stubbornness and things like that. I don't think that they really care. So they can just put their price on it. And that's what the price is. I think that the market's going to stay around 25, say 20 to 35,000 for a studio for the reasonable prices, and for the higher prices, a studio could go anywhere between 50 and 75K, depending on where you're at, like Alcoves or Prairie or wherever the other place is called. And again, I think those prices are going to stay the same. Either it be a studio, a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom. I think the prices will either stay the same for a while, but I think they're going to gradually go up. That's my opinion from what I'm seeing here in the city. Now, you get outside the city, that could change. But here in the city, I don't see prices coming down anytime soon. I don't see that in Manila, for example. I heard they're all this big crunch, and all these units are being built, and the rent's going to come down. I haven't heard anything about rent coming down in BGC or Makati at all. I've heard the prices are staying steady, if not rising a little bit at a time. Barry Mark, how's it going, my friend, my champ? How's it going? Hi from Cedar Falls, Iowa. Yes. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Always like seeing my champs. Scott Wells, if you're referring to the program, yes, it is for a lease. It's either a 25 and or 50-year lease. Now, again, I want you to make sure you understand you get all the rights as if you own the land. And the good thing is a lot of guys who come here, they're looking for a wife. They're looking for that Filipina girlfriend, that secured relationship. At any point in that relationship, you can transfer ownership, not a lease. So it starts out as a lease, but you're transferring ownership to the Filipina or the Filipino over time. So again, if you're a female coming over here and you do this program, you can transfer rights into a Filipina or a Filipino at any time. And that is not leasing rights. That lease now becomes ownership. So again, it's a good program. But a lot of guys, even if they don't think about even getting married over here in the Philippines, they may just want to come over here and live in a house. And they know for a fact that either 25 or 50 years is going to be their lifespan. That's all they're going to have. And this will fit their needs. They can live in that house of their dreams and not have to worry about it. Again, it'd be the same as you're over in America. Yes, you can will your house over in America. That means you're just basically just giving it to someone else. Whereas here, you're going to be giving it back to the Philippine people. But if you have that significant someone, at any time, you can transfer ownership, not the lease. It goes from a lease to ownership here in the Philippines. And if you were to die and have a significant other, a wife, for example, or if you have a will, ownership, it now becomes ownership to that person, no longer a lease. And again, there's just a small fee regarding like a paperwork fee, and you got to pay the taxes on the property, and that's it. But again, that's more to come on that in an interview coming up. Camping Queen, I love Cebu and also Manila, but also I am not sure what place to settle, if that makes sense. What part of Asia? It's hard when moving and having to pick the right place. I love all your videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, I hadn't even traveled the other countries yet. I do have plans here coming up to go to Thailand and to Vietnam. I'm going to spend a few weeks in both, and also have plans to go to Malaysia and Indonesia. So those trips are coming up. I'm also have a big trip here coming to BGC and Makati, and I also want to go to Baguio. So those trips are coming up, guys, pretty soon. Working on a few kinks here in Cebu City while I'm working on those kinks. I'll be planning. But yes, me and my friends were already talking about it already. John Keeler, expensive to buy. You have shown condos that were like 180,000 at 12% interest. Seems like renting makes more sense. I'm not sure about that comment because most of the guys that I'm talking to are not they're not getting any 12% interest. They're paying cash for these things. I came over here and had cash. If I ever buy a condo or a house, there won't be any banking involved. It's going to be me. Bam, here's the money, and now it's going to be mine. So if I buy a condo, I'm not going to be doing any banking there. There won't be any interest rates involved. I'm going to be paying a price. The interest rates only are for the guys that don't have the funds. If you don't have the funds to actually pay for it, it gives you an option. I'm not sure what rates are. If you can tell me what rates are in America now, I mean, what, 4%, 5%, something like that to buy a house. So yes, it's more than double. But again, this is not your country. This is their country, and they're giving you an option to buy a house here in their country. So again, or a condo here in their country. So again, that's their right. That's how the bank works. If you were to buy it and get up and go, I mean, now they got to take this property back and resell it, and I'm sure there's a lot of expense in that. So again, I understand the common sense behind that. But again, 180,000. I don't see an issue with that. I'm not sure where you live in America. Where I live, 180,000 won't even buy you a cardboard box. And I'm sorry to say that. This is a true fact. My place was almost 400,000, 2-bedroom in Gulf Shores. The 1-bedroom units around there for rent, just for rent, were almost 2,000 US. So again, high dollar for rent. So again, I'm over here. I'm paying $430 rent, and I can buy this place for probably, I don't know. I could probably buy this. I could probably buy this condo if I wanted to, and it probably around about. Say I can get it for $7 million divided by 58, 120,000. I would buy this place in a heartbeat. But again, I'm trying to make sure I buy the right place. I haven't decided between here and BGC. as far as long term, I love Cebu's. This is going to be my home, I believe. But again, I still want to try out BGC and Makati. I still want to try out Baguio. I haven't traveled. You never know. I might go to that right place and that right fit just happens. I'm not really sure yet. But again, if I were here in Cebu, I got to make a choice between IT Park and Lapu-Lapu. Do I want that beach life? That's the reason I'm going to go over to Tamboli and stay there for a month just to try it out and see how I mind the commute, because I am going to be about 45 minutes from my friends. That's a big decision to make. So again, I am buying, and I find prices here to be astronomically lower than what I am used to. The opposite astronomically. Hello, Britt. Where's the Tuesday 10 a.m. meeting? Which mall and coffee shop? I will be there. It is at Abaca in IT Park Mall. Again, that's Ayala Central Block Mall. It's right beside the Starbucks. It's actually a part of the mall. If you go to the courtyard at the mall, you will see Starbucks, and Abaca is right next door. That is at 10:30. It really starts around 10, though. 10 a.m. at Abaca every Tuesday. Look forward to meeting you. Appreciate it. Ben, it's definitely cheaper when compared to Florida, USA, but it's not the USA. It's the Philippines, where the average Filipino could never afford a $80,000 unit, and builders save a ton on labor costs. I understand that part. Again, there are people want to know where these 60% of Filipinos who own these properties. Again, to make sure you guys understand this, Filipina and Filipino families own 60% of every condo high rise that's going up. So they're buying them, guys. So there are Filipino families who can afford to pay 80,000, 200,000. I went over there to Aruga. They sold their villas on the water for 1.7 million apiece. Sold out in the first week. So you guys are saying, hey, it's expensive and all that. I understand. But to me, 80,000 is cheap. You find me a place in Florida for 80,000, and I would buy a few of them. It wouldn't just be buying one. But Florida, that's where the different monster comes in. Over here, you're not even required to have insurance because labor is so inexpensive. If you want to fix it up yourself, if you had property, if you had damage from a storm, you can fix it up yourself for a very modest price. Whereas in the States, they make you have insurance. I had no choice when I was living down there in Gulf Shores. I had to pay that insurance. Again, I was paying, let me put it all in perspective for you guys. My insurance only for the outside of my building, not for the interior, for the outside of my building. In my dues, I paid $600. Okay? My assessment was for $21,000 divided by 12. I paid $1,750 plus $600. I paid $2,350 per month just for insurance to live in the Gulf area. Almost $2,400 per month just for insurance. So again, it's a no-brainer. Here, you don't have to have insurance. There, I had to have it. Would I probably get insurance here? Yes. Have I heard it's kind of difficult to find the proper insurance company? Yes. But again, if I did my research, I would find the one. But again, a no-brainer, guys. It's comparing night and day. It's just two different monsters. It's a lot cheaper over here. For what I paid in insurance, I could rent 3 units here. That's $700 a piece, guys. I could rent 3 2-bedroom units and have 6 bedrooms all together in one complex all together for the same price I paid for insurance back in America. So you guys can compare all you want. I know my comparisons. I went through it. I lived it. I know I get off on tangents, Ben. You have to go through all the comments that I go through every day. Oh, that's expensive. It's not expensive. To me, it's a quarter of the cost of America. And again, yes, do I say Florida? Yes, because I can't compare in Albany, Georgia to living here because there is no beach close to Albany, Georgia. I have a beach within 35 minutes. I can't compare Albany, Georgia to that. I have to compare when I lived in Pensacola, I was within about 15, 20 minutes of the beach. I lived in a good, favorable area. So again, I had access to a beach. And also when comparing that, I had a very nice place in Pensacola. Are the places here nicer? Some of them are. Some of the two bedrooms I've actually seen are nicer than where I lived at in Pensacola. I like a very modern place. If you look at, for example, the Reef, their two bedroom is unbelievable. So again, it depends on what you're looking at. Scott Wells, it's getting too volatile in the U.S. Everyone at each other's throat. No common respect for each other. I know it, my friend. I know it. That and here you don't have that here. You don't have the political divide you have in the states. You don't have left or right. I don't even think about politics anymore. I don't talk about politics a lot, but there's a reason why. I don't even give politics a thought over here. I live a happy life. Politics is that's in the back of my mind when I live back in the States. It's not in my mind here anymore. I live a very comfortable life, very stress-free life. Everything is going well. Loving life. Love the Philippines people. Love the Philippines culture. Love the Philippines country. I love the Philippines, period. Again, beautiful. Everything here is beautiful to me. There is no negatives. Everything's a positive here. Cebu expat. Without buying land, people like me can't invest in building a house. You can. You can actually do the. I've already got that new program. Again, that video is coming out soon. So again, you can secure land here in the Philippines with that new company. Maybe you missed out the beginning of my video today. Hans, my friend, how's it going? I miss you over here, my friend. I can't wait to see you in September. And it's not about you again to tell you guys about this guy Hans. Hans, I have a CPAP machine back in America. I thought I would try it here in the Philippines, but I wasn't willing to pay the amount of money for shipping. If I was going to do it, I would just bought a brand new machine here. But again, I have all the accessories that I am accustomed to on my machine. And I was thinking about having it shipped over here. And then Hans one day asked me, he says, Brent, do you need anything back in America? I said, no, everything I need is right here. But then I gave it a little bit of thought. And so I texted him later and said, yeah, my dad can send you, if you don't mind, my dad would could send you my CPAP machine and you can bring it back when you come. Hans was so nice to give me the option of sending him my CPAP machine so he could bring it back here to me September 1st. So before I even read your comment, my friend, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that you already realize and understand how the Philippines culture changes you in an instance. Again, I can't say enough, but now let me read your comment. Hey, buddy, I'm in the U.S. Cars are second biggest expense. My Honda 350 is $5K, and the girls I've met love it. My insurance is $1,200 a year. Okay, so $1,200 a year for a Honda 350. Okay, so now I'm going to do a comparison to here. The same exact Honda 350, your insurance will be about $7 per year compared to $1,200 a year. Pretty big difference. But my friend, I appreciate you. You're a good guy. Whoever lands you over here, whichever Filipino lands you over here in the Philippines, is going to have a good man. Thank you so much for being a champ. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, my friend. John, buying a condo seems like a bad investment when their rents are cheap. Again, you're talking about rents being cheap. What if I believe rent's going to get more and more expensive over time? So if you buy, you're going to hedge your investment. You're going to hedge. If you like in my particular case, I firmly believe that a studio condo will eventually be 50K instead of 25K within the next 10 years. So if I believe that the price is going to go double, I'm going to hedge against that expense. That's my opinion. Also, there's a huge but thrown in here for all you guys coming over here if you're thinking about coming to the Philippines. I am not ex-military. If I want to get an SRRV, I have to pay, excuse me, I don't have to pay. I have to give the Philippine government 20,000 US dollars to put into an account here for me for that SRRV. You do not get interest. You make no money whatsoever off of that whatsoever. So again, that's 20K put into an account in the Philippines government. You can't touch until you actually leave the Philippines. So if you own a condo or if you own a house, they take the equity you have in your condo or your house, which if you have a $100,000 condo you just paid for, there is, or if you just purchase a $20,000 condo here in the Philippines, you no longer have to have that $20,000 put into an account making no money. So now you can get your SRRV with no out-of-pocket expense, not having $20,000 sitting there making you no interest. So again, there's the other option too. There's your big butt. That's why I want to own a house or a condo here in the Philippines. It's one of the biggest, one of the big reasons. Camping Queen, I get why they don't let people buy land as they did in Australia. And now so many people are homeless thanks to the government opening it up to everyone. There you go. I understand completely. I mean, the Philippines is not the only country that has that rule about not buying land. If every country opened it up to people buying the land, it wouldn't be their country anymore. So I understand it. This program is meant only to help individuals, not with buying lots and lots of property. It's buying one small parcel of land and building a house or having a house already on that land. Pardon me, guys. Cebu expat. I get why they don't. Yeah, did that one already. Cebu expat. We should not forget that Philippines did a lot of stuff wrong, where they are now holding the red lantern, where South Korea and Singapore in the top of the hill. I understand. Marcus, yes, sir. You are invited. We have a corner unit, no balcony. They have a unit. They have units with balconies available. Let me know when you're available. I'll shoot on over there and check it out. Check it out if you don't mind. Maybe we have a little bit of lunch. I'm free tomorrow, actually. No, the meeting's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 10:30 meeting. So if you want to come to the meeting and meet everybody, after the meeting we can head over there and check it out. If not, let me know what day works for you. So expat, when you go to Ayala Center, I changed my plans because I didn't want to get to Ayala Center and get there and have the same disruption with service. So I want to make sure I'm going to go over there during the week and do a test run and make sure there's enough signal strength to actually have it before I go over there. I didn't want to get it all the way over there, cutting in and out, and then have to rush all the way home. Again, that's a further ride for me. Drive all the way home to have my live because I would miss my live. I love being here for my lives. So just a small change of plans. Paul Laverty. So I have a question. Do you think $1,500 a month is more than adequate to live in your area for an expat? Great question. You could probably live here as low as 1,200 US dollars, but here's the thing: you have to do the math here. To eat at home for a couple, two people, you're talking about 300 to 400 US dollars per month. I'm gonna break it all down for you real quick. All right, for a nice condo. Now you can find on the outskirts of IT Park, you can find houses for cheaper than these condos. I will give you that. You're not going to have the city life that I actually like. Okay, so we're going to take my place for example. Okay, I pay $430 US per month. Now you have 400 for your condo. I mean, 430 for your condo, and you have 400 for food. So now you have $830. That leaves you $400 on that 1,200. I'm just going to give you my low end. I would never come here with less than 1,200 US. That's my bottom number. But you can live a life. Okay, so now you're gonna have to pay $40 for your every 2 months for your extension. You're gonna have to pay for your internet, your home Wi-Fi, if you want to have access to things like that. 200 pesos for water. Was that $4? Gas for your motorbike, insurance around $7 for the year. So again, I'm gonna say I'll add in another say another $100 for all your other expenses. So now you're at $900. That leaves you $300 US per month for entertainment. Can I do it here? Yes. You're not going to be traveling, but again, if you're living on that back home, you're not traveling and having a good time either. You're doing the porch tour. So believe me, I know all about the porch tour. I talk about it a lot. That's sitting on your porch, throwing the ball to the dog, living that life, boy. Well, I love it here. I love my dog. I bet you do. I like to explore it, and while I'm out and I'm actually mobile and I'm actually able to walk and do things, I'm not going to be doing the porch tour. I want to get out there and live life and have a good time. So again, I want to travel. I want to see other countries, see the beaches, see the waterfalls. I want to swim in the waterfalls. I want to do it all. But yes, 1,500. Add 300 to that. You have about $600. You can do a lot here on $600. Again, that's your rent. So you can do a lot. I've told you guys in the past that in my particular case, where I'm actually traveling quite a bit, my low end comes in around 1,700. My high end, I've never reached over 2,200. So there you go. 17 to 2,400, very good cushion. And that's traveling. I've actually traveled for four trips, 12 nights, and still paying for my condo here and paying for other things while I'm out and living quite comfortably on 2,000. But again, 1,500, no problem. Again, you're going to have to cut back on traveling. Again, you'll save so much during the week sometime by spending some time at home, and then you'll have your money for your trip all saved up. So again, it's all about budgeting your money. Cebu expat, alcoves like Premier Land stuff has no studio. It starts at a 1-bedroom. Yes, I cannot get into the alcoves. So if you know someone that's staying there, I would love to see the alcoves. I have not been in there. I've heard about it, but I haven't been in there. AK, Brett, if you could live in any city in the Philippines, regardless of cost, money is not an issue. What city would you live in, and what condo building? Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love my life. So I can't tell you I would change anything. But the problem is with that is, again, I have not seen some of the other places here in the Philippines. I have not been to Palawan yet. I've not been to Boracay yet. I've been to some similar places. I've been to the Nugget Islands, but I wouldn't want to probably live there. But I would love to visit there once every weekend. I love the Nugget Islands. That's off the coast of Surigao City. Um, Next thing is, I have not been to Boracay. So far I've been to Bohol. I've been to the beaches in Bohol. I've been to Leyte. I've been to Dumaguete and Dalawan and all those places. I'd pick Cebu City above any of those places. Surigao Island. Haven't been there yet. I've heard great things about it. Siquijor. Now I love Siquijor. I call that Siquijor to me is like the excursion. It's like excursion paradise. So can I go there and find myself living? Yes. I've heard a few things about brownouts and things like that. I have to get used to that. But again, I can live anywhere in the Philippines, guys. From what I've seen, I can live anywhere. I can't say what my perfect place is until I actually have visited BGC and Makati and Baguio and Palawan and Coron. I can't say which place I would choose. I can tell you this: I think I have enough budget to live anywhere in the Philippines. So I don't see that as being an issue as far as money wise. Again, I have a 3,000 per month budget, but I only spend about 2,000 of it, and sometimes a lot less than that. Some very experienced expat told me, get a girlfriend in the Philippines, eat in Thailand, and live in Malaysia. There you go. You can come here, find a girlfriend, and you get all the options here, guys. I can go over. I could, if I wanted to, I could live 6 months in Thailand and 6 months here, 6 months in Malaysia, 6 months here. And I'm not saying that's out of the plans. That could be in my plans. I don't know yet. I haven't sat down long enough to even think about that. But right now, I'm just loving the Philippines. I've been here for almost 2 years. I've loved every second. I call this home. And if that changes in the future, you'll be the first guys to find out. If you rent a condo, fees are included. If you buy, what are the fees? On average, those fees run about 100 pesos per square meter. So if you have a studio coming in at, I'll just give you a modest size studio, maybe um, 28 times 100, 2,800 pesos for dues. That's for a studio. If you're looking at a one bedroom, this is just this is hypothetical, guys. It's like this is from what I'm hearing that the number is. It's around 100 pesos per square meter. If you have a one bedroom, I'm gonna put in 48. So that'd be 4,800 pesos. So there's the kind of ideas there. So if your rent for a one bedroom is 50K, and now you're only paying 5K, that's 45K. That's half your budget here in the Philippines. And again, that's also part of what happens in my up and coming interview. Cebu expat sounds like a plan. I love you guys conversing together. I love it. Again, I don't know about that, Scott Wells. I'm not sure about that yet, but I will be visiting Vietnam in the near future. I do want to go. I'm going to go Thailand first. And actually, it's going to be a two-country trip. I'm probably going to do about a month or at least 3 weeks in Thailand and then 3 weeks in Vietnam. And that's my thought process. It could be end up being 2 months in Thailand and 3 weeks in Vietnam. I don't know yet. So again, but that's my thoughts. 3 weeks in each to give me a good feel of that culture and a good feel about the people and how the country is. I just did this one. Let's see. Okay, if money was no issue, what would be the most high-end luxury building to live in? I've heard alcoves. I've never been there. There's actually another one too that's right beside it. I forgot the name of it. Right beside alcoves. It's actually where you can actually take the elevator down in an elevator and be in the mall. Um, my ideal spot though, and again I haven't tried it yet. I can't get my mind off Tamboli. I love Tamboli, guys. If you haven't seen that video of Tamboli, go back and watch that video. I love Tamboli. I like the pool. I like the beach. That's just me. Again, I'm not a porch tour kind of guy. I like getting out there and doing my snorkeling, getting out there and playing in the water. I love going to the pool. So if I lived at Tamboli, I'd probably be in the pool 3 or 4 days out of the week, just hanging there in the pool. They have a bar right there in the pool, having some cold adult beverages, just taking in the action there. So again, that's my thought process. I'm going to try Tamboli in the near future. Yes, again, I'm not sure. It's hard to say. Another one of those analogies. Buying your condo for 120,000 results in an investment loss of 8,000 to 12,000 per year. If you pay rent of $500 per month, that is only 6,000. This is not. You guys turn this all in about money. That's the reason I left America. I'm not about money anymore. I'm thinking about happiness. If I buy a condo, if I buy a house, it's not to rent, guys. It's for me to live in. I mean, I'm not sure where all this is going from looking at all this. It's for me to live the rest of my life in. I'm not buying to rent out and looking at losing money here or losing money there. I am telling you that my brain tells me that a studio condo will go from 30,000 to 50,000 in the next 5 or 10 years. I think it's going to double. So these numbers are thrown out the window. They don't mean anything to me. I am thinking about what I am saying. Your option is saying it's different. You may think that prices are going to go down. I don't think that. I think that the prices here in the Philippines will double. And if they double, they're still half the price of the U.S. That's my thought. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel. I'm not sure where you're coming from and where you live. I'm not sure. Again, I've never lived in a trailer park. Maybe you can go live in a trailer park for $430 US per month. That's not my lifestyle. So my only comparison is $430 in the US is trailer park. And over here, I'm in a high-rise condo. I have 5 pools. I have a movie theater. I have a golf simulator. I have a jacuzzi. I have a spa. I have a steam room. I have everything right here in my facility. And same price in America, trailer park. At one point, Eminem wanted out. California expat. Hey, Britt, good to see you yesterday. See you later. Yes, I'll be around. I said, let me know when you're free. I am as soon as this is over, I'm free for those that sit down. California expat, love your attitude about the Philippines and Filipinos. I feel exactly the same. Again, it's hard to make these people understand that, California expat. It's John, by the way. His name is John. It's hard to make people understand about how this culture and these people, they drag you in. Just like they said back in The Godfather, I was out, they tried to drag me back in. That's me. These people have dragged me into their culture and take me into their bosom. And this is home for me. And I'm not going to change. I mean, this is my personality. I love it here. I love the people, and that's not going to change anytime soon. I don't care about all the negativity that you guys can put on me out there. That's not going to change. I'm not talking about you guys, not my champions, but any negative guys out there. You will never change my mind because I can't find one negative thing about the Philippines. I told you guys that before. Yeah, there's Ben. Hello, John. Yes, you got one of your fans here, John. Yes, I'm loving it, guys. Loving it. Ah, here's a good question, guys. This is all in summary. All right, this is an easy one to answer. This is my dad asking this. When you lived in Pensacola, you talked about being close to the beach. How often did you go to the beach? When I lived in Pensacola, I was a single person having a hard time finding a girlfriend or even finding a date. Over here, that's not a problem. That answers your entire question. Happy here, miserable back in the West. Again, loving life here, Pops. And I'm sorry you don't understand the feeling. He's had that porch tour going on for about 40 years now. I won't say 40 years. I'm going to say a 10-year porch tour going on. So he's kind of getting behind the times, guys. I'm excited to leave the Philippines in 5 days. Excited to eat snake fruit again in Indonesia. Food and other stuff is better than the rest of Asia, but I always come back to the Philippines for the people and the girls. That could be everybody's reason. Again, I'm not going to each his own is what I'll say about that. But again, love seeing you guys. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Day. Hadn't seen you in a while. Tommy Walker, do condo security guards take issue with bringing a date to your condo? Most places do not. There are some. I have heard that some will check their ID. And again, that's only for your security. But again, Stay City, no problem. 38 Park, no issue. And here at Marco Polo, no issue. So I can only tell you about 3 places. No issues there. Francis McDonald. Brent sounds exciting owning land in Philippines. Hopefully, it's only good for Westerners, not for Chinese communists. I'm not sure. I think it's for most foreigners. Though I can't say it's going to take a bias to anybody. But again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your comment, though. Man, Mr. Dave, what about Brett? Will you come back for Cutie Pie Britt. She said to see Paul, loving the green UNC hat. It's not the green. That's blue. It's just not coming up very clear in the. I don't know how to fix that, guys. I'm sure it's my camera. I wish I could fix it, but again, it's his light blue, very very light blue color. It's just the camera, guys. I apologize. This camera StreamYard only allows you to do a stream in 720p. So if I had that 1080p, you would see the difference, I think. But blue all the way, baby. How much is the initial cost for SRRV to live in the Philippines? Again, if you're not ex-military, it's $20,000 US in an account, and then you pay all your processing fees. I don't think it's very expensive. I'm gonna say $300. I think I heard somebody say around $300. So it's not very expensive. Again, if you guys know more about the SRRB, I know John will know more about it than me. I haven't really looked into it that much here because I don't mind doing the 2-month extensions. But John, if you're out there, if you're still watching, or if anyone knows about the SRRB cost, I heard $300, but let us know the exact cost if you know. Stephen Andrews went to Boracay in May. Station 2 was great. Women were very aggressive on beach at sunset. Great content. Keep it up. Thank you so much. And again, I know you're saying that women are very aggressive. I'd rather have a woman at all than not having a woman. That's how the West was. You have a person, all they care about is how much money you have in your wallet, how much they can get out of you. And I'm sorry, it's the way I feel about most westernized women because that's what I got. Mr. Dave, it was a disaster driving a motorbike out of Manila to the province. My lungs haven't recovered from the pollution and traffic was terrible. Cebu is much easier, especially living near an IT park. Yes, I love it here. No issues whatsoever with riding a motorbike. Ah, California expat. Tamboli is one of my favorite places too. I don't know what it is about that place, John. First of all, I'm a huge pool guy. And the pools here, they're okay. I mean, they're nice pools. I got a nice view, and I probably use my pool at least 2 or 3 times per month. And nothing against Marco Polo. Now that pool's different. When I go to resorts, that's the kind of the resort feel that I feel at Tomboli is that resort style pool. So I love it over there. The condos are nice. They're great, very clean, very new. So again, I thank you for that. So again, I truly appreciate that. Uh, let's see. Tamboli is one of my favorite places too. Best pool out of the resorts in my town. Yes, for me, Shangri-La has the best beach area because they have corals. I haven't been to Shangri-La, so again, maybe I need to go there soon and do a little tour of Shangri-La. Thanks for that info, John. I don't go there very often. Maybe like once a month to that area. But again, I will be doing that more because I plan on doing a month stay in Tamboli just to try out that area and see how I don't mind or how I mind the commute. Stephen Andrews, the new airport will transform the PI to new heights. This trend happens with other countries getting new expensive airports. Yes. Again, I'm not sure about anything. I haven't really saw about anything about the airports, but again, I'm sure we have our airport here in Montana Town. Ah, my friend, thank you so much. My first super of the day. I truly appreciate you. You don't know how much that brings that big smile to my face. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love my true champions out there, the ones that are my diehards. Thank you so much. I am guessing, for example, JoJo couldn't make it today, but I love the supers guys. It always makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. And again, I started this for a reason. I started my channel for a reason. It was to bring you people from the US, people from Canada, from other countries, bring them to the Philippines, bring them into my bosom, make them feel comfortable, make them feel like they're wanted, and then get them a good life started here in the Philippines. That's the reason I started my new program. Again, I think I'm getting ready to get my second person on my program. Again, my program is basically getting you a condo set up before you even get here. So you're actually going to stay away from those astronomical Airbnb and hotel prices. I will get you a condo set up here. When you get here, I'm going to spend 1 or 2 full days with you. That is getting you cell phone service, getting you acclimated with Cebu IT Park or Business Park, taking you guys around to the best restaurants, taking you where to get clothing, helping you guys out with health insurance, getting a new bike, helping you get health insurance, a registration for your bike, insurance for your bike, getting a new car, helping you out with registration, helping you out with getting your driver's license set up. Again, there's so many other options and things I'll be helping you with here once you're here. But again, those are things that are coming to mind. Just hanging out with you, getting you acclimated to the Philippines. It's for like a relocation program that I've put together. So again, if you're interested, let me know. Thank you so much. But thank you so much, Jeremy. Always a pleasure to see my champions out there. It makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Paul Laverty. Hope I'm saying Laverty correctly. Move there 4 to 6 months out of your life. Give it a shot if you can. I think you will be one of those that says I should have done it sooner. That's me. I mean, I haven't been to other countries, but again, I moved here, and the first thing when I moved here after about the first month, I'm like, wow, I wish I'd done this like 3 or 4 years ago. That was what the first thing that came to my mind. I should have done this 3 or 4 years ago. So again, I know the thought, but again, I will be checking out other countries here in the near future. Big E, what are some of the hobbies you've seen expats develop after relocating to the Philippines? I love to fish and wonder how feasible it would be to have as a hobby there. People fish here all the time. This is a fishing community. So again, you'll have no problem finding fishing. You probably go to my town, Newtown and Lapu-Lapu, and you can probably find all kinds of excursions going to fish. My only thing I'm doing now, and again, I'm going to get ready to start my second hobby. YouTube is like my hobby. Part-time job, hobby. I look at it as being a hobby, the way I do it. But again, that's my hobby. Pickleball, going to the gym, hanging out with friends, traveling is a big hobby here. Scuba diving, snorkeling, going to the waterfalls, going to the hot springs, the cold springs, taking rides on the bike, up on the motorbike, up into the mountains. I do that probably at least 3 times a month. So again, I got things that I do here. I'm going on another trip that's actually this coming up Sunday. I'm not sure he's watching out there. His name is Vince. Me, him, and our party. We're going out to the safari up in Cameron, Cebu. We're going to go up to Cameron, take the back roads, take a long, winding road trip up there, about 2.5 hours up in the mountains, and then go down to the safari and spend the day at the safari. Again, be my first video there. I've already been there once before, but again, I'm looking forward to that trip. There's so much to do here, guys. So it puts the U.S. to shame. Puts it to shame. And I said, I'm sorry you guys feel different, but again, you can travel here and travel on a budget. You can't travel in America. It costs so much. Once you're retired, you can't travel in America. Oh, my God, I've got plenty of money and I can do. Then why are you sitting on the porch all the time? Oh, because I love my house so much. It's my favorite place. No, it's not. That's not why. The real reason you don't do any traveling, Pops, you don't want to spend $1,000 on airfare. You don't want to spend $1,000 for a hotel to go stay at. It's pretty plain and simple. That you sit there at the house because you have no other choice because even your budget doesn't withstand expenses there in the U.S. Pure and simple. Can't change my mind on that. Mr. Dave, yes, I think my town is too far from everything. Awful traffic trying to get. Again, I've only heard the traffic's pretty rough during school times. But again, I'm going to be trying that here in the near future and let you guys know all about it. Non-military SRRV Classic, new pricing as of September for age 50 and over is $5,000 deposit with a pension and a $30,000 deposit without pension. So again, I don't have a pension yet until I turn 59 and a half. So I'll be putting 30,000 US dollars in an account and making no money off of it. And right now that'd be making me about, I'll just give you guys some numbers here. With that same amount of money, I take 30,000 times about 0.12%. I can make $360 per month on that. So why do I want to give up? That's almost my condo rent that I'm making from the interest from my ETFs on that $30,000. That's why I buy a condo or a house. Thank you for that. Application fee is only 1,500. Okay, so 1,500 pesos. You're talking about again. I don't know that yet. I'll do better over time. 25. Let's say $26. So your application fee is $26. California expat. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the exact cost of the new SRV. I think it depends on different factors with the new one that allows people to get it at 40 years old and above now. Yes, thank you so much. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you, my friend. Let me know a good time. You haven't told me yet. Let me know a good time to meet. Maybe someday record or live stream your weekly Tuesday expat meeting would be cool to see. The reason I don't do that, and I'll ask around, not everybody wants to be on camera, guys. So again, I can go in there and I did a video in the past, and that's actually the reason our membership has grown so fast. We used to only have like 40 members, and now we have like 150. We have about 25 to 28 people show up every Tuesday now. And when I started the meeting, it was only 5 people. So again, that meeting that video I did before went a long ways with the group. SRR Visa, $20,000 deposit without a pension, $10,000 with pension, $800 per month, $1,500 for military veterans. New hire, yes, coming up. Yes, I heard about that. Yes. So there you go, guys. Thanks for all the info. And if you own a condo, then or a house, there is no fees. There is no bank account where you're wasting your money away. Capstone, roll tide. No. Go dogs. Possibly relocating to Loon, Bohol soon. How did you handle forwarding your U.S. mail and emails? My emails stay the same. I get my mail back in America still. I have somebody open it for me, my pops, and he'll tell me what's going on. But again, I don't get a lot of mail anymore. That list of hobbies sounds great. Yes, there's an abundance of things to do here in the Philippines and at a reasonable cost compared to back in the States. You want to travel here? I can go on a trip easily for 400 US dollars. Back home, that's only my airfare. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't eaten or anything. I've already spent my entire. That's for a 4-night stay. 4 nights, 5 days, $400. You can go anywhere here in the Philippines almost. So again, huge difference, guys. That's only your airfare back in the States. And unless you've lived it, you'll never know it. My brother and dad have never experienced it. And they're penny pinchers, guys. I mean, they're bah humbug. I know you guys are watching. The 10K, 20K deposit amounts are going up in a few weeks for non-military. Yes, I'm not going to have to worry about that because I'm actually going to own a condo or a house. But thank you so much for the information. Are you going to try and have your dad visit you so he can see firsthand? Yes. Him and my brother are both supposed to come here next year, 2026. So I'm excited about that. And when they get here, they will never want to leave. They're finally going to experience what I'm experiencing. Unbelievable people, unbelievable culture, beautiful country, beautiful sights. This unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable traveling as well. That's going to be a big one for them. To your point about the cost of vacationing in the U.S., I just got back from a 4-day trip to Orlando. Flight, housing, food, and SeaWorld, $2K. Okay, so I'm just going to use his as an example. My trip here for 2 is 400 for 4 days. 400, and that's living big. That's eating out every meal. Don't even care about how much the excursion costs, and you're doing it up big. Your private boat for the day, everything, guys. Snorkeling excursions, everything. And his trip is 2K. Mine's 4, 5 times the price. So again, that's why my dad doesn't do it, because that's his entire amount from Social Security. You don't want to take your entire amount and go on one trip. I understand now, Pop. Now I'm seeing it. I know why you don't travel when you do the port store. I'm digging at him a little bit, trying to get them over here to live because they would love life over here much better than America, especially compared to Albany, Georgia. If you guys look up Albany, Georgia, guys, look up Albany, Georgia. Look up the worst places to live in the U.S. The worst cities and/or towns to live in the U.S. Albany, Georgia, cracks the top 8 as worst places to live, and they love it there. They get their little cheap life all put together, and it's all planned out. Good morning, Britt. Yes, the meeting has been huge with the turnout. Yes, it's getting bigger and bigger as we go. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Ben, best to check with the PRA, Philippines Retirement Authority, or a certified marketer, visa agent, Get paid $500 by the PRA to help you. Again, get their help. Don't do it yourself. Take all that time. Enjoy your time here, and don't let anyone double dip on you. There you guys go. Well, guys, I'm an hour and a half into this live. I want to thank you so much for your participation. Unless you have questions for me, unless you have comments, keep them rolling. We got 57 on the live right now. 57 on the live. So if you have any questions, if not, I'm going to call it a day. You know me. I love hanging out with my friends. So if you have questions for me, concerns, comments, anything, let me know before I get rid of you. I don't want to get rid of my champions. I love my champions. So my guys are thinking of a comment or a question. Let me have a little sip of water. All right, guys, we're over an hour and a half. I don't see any comments or questions coming in. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are truly my champions. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I can call each and every single one of you guys my friend, and that matters to me. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate everything about you guys. You guys are the best. And again, I never tell you guys this. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for reminding me. I do that on my videos, and I'm taking JoJo's information and taking it to heart. Here in the near future, you're going to see I'm going to have an intro video to my videos. So again, in the near future, I am broadening my horizons when it comes to editing. So you'll see that here in the near future. When is video on leasing coming? In about a week and a half. You'll see that one come out. Great info, great time. Thanks. Appreciate you guys. Yes, peace out to you. To all my champions. Thank you. And for all that are in attendance from around the world, let's get ready to rumble. In this corner, we have the U.S. We are broke doing the porch tour. And in this corner, we have the Philippines. We are swimming in the waterfalls, basking in the sun at the beach, and taking in magnificent pools and living in nice condos. And for that reason, I give it to the Philippines. I love the Philippines. Love you guys. Have a good one.